Hi, I'm Alex from Enemy, and today we're joined by the king of sitcoms and star of new series The Mysterious Benedict Society, Tony Hale. Tony, how are you doing?
Hey, good. King of sitcoms. How nice, man.
I just finished watching the new show. It's got a bit of a Wes Anderson vibe with some of those sets. Is that fair to say?
That's actually very kind to say. I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan. It definitely has a whimsical feel to it. That's what I really, really love. James Bobbin directed the pilot and just did a beautiful job.
Your character, the titular Mr. Benedict, he has narcolepsy. You must have come away with a few bruises.
Yeah, I know. It was so funny. I mean, I've done comedy for a very long time, and anytime somebody says, "Yeah, let's just try a pratfall," I'm like, I'm in. So I always kind of wanted to keep pushing it. Like, can we do more? And James was like, let's settle. Let's just maybe one or two is enough.
And this show, you had to work with quite a young cast. What was that like?
It was great. I mean, these four kids, Seth, Marta, Mystic, and Emmy, they, not only were they stepping into this show, but they were shooting during a pandemic. They had to do school half the day, and they did everything with just a fantastic attitude. So I have a lot of respect for those kids. They did a fantastic job.
From your point of view, were there any prosthetics that went on there? I know you had the wig, but tell me about
Are you saying my normal face looked like a prosthetic? Is that what?
No, your normal face is beautiful. What was it like getting into
it was all God-given, unfortunately. No, the hair was definitely a wig, which was awesome. I don't think I've ever had that much hair in my life, so that was a joy. But it was, and just that. But that's what I love that you mentioned that, because I feel like the actors were kind of a very small piece of this pie. Hair, makeup, wardrobe, production design, camera, so many people involved and artists involved in this. And I cannot wait for people to see it. It's so beautiful.
I have only seen the first two episodes because that's what the press were given. But I wondered if you had a favorite episode that you think is really going to get people talking down the line.
Ooh, there's a scene I have with Gia Sander. We're having dinner together, and Karan Kusama directed the episode, and that scene I'm really excited for people to see it. I really enjoyed that a lot.
Can you tell us a bit more about it? Maybe
I love anytime I can. Kristen Shaw kind of plays is in the show. She plays the character named Number Two, and she's serving the meal. And anytime I can have back and forth, just quirky stuff back and forth with her is just a joy. And she's serving the meal, and there's just this irritation that happens, but then but also these very high stakes with the kids. It's a really beautiful recipe for a scene. I had a lot of fun with it.
Another show you've worked on recently is Harley Quinn. And I don't know if you've been on the internet recently, but that show went viral yesterday because of the news. DC vetoed a sex scene involving Batman and Catwoman. That's kind of the most NSFW way of putting it from my point of view. But did you ever imagine you'd be answering a question like this?
Well, this is a little peer into my life. I have no idea what you're talking about, and this is news to me. So I'm like, what? I need to tune in a little more. I think last night I was watching YouTube videos of people doing pranks on each other, and I think I watched that for like an hour. So that was my night. So I need to tune into the news a little more. I apologize.
Well, I wouldn't say go and seek it out, but go and seek it out.
Okay.
Talking about Harley Quinn, your character, Dr. Psycho, he's a real, I want to say character, but they're all characters, but that must be really fun to play.
It's so fun. And Dean Lorey, a very good friend of mine who was one of the writers on Arrested Development, he let me know he was doing this animated series Harley Quinn, and I just loved Dean, and I knew that if he was going to be involved, and they definitely pushed the envelope in that show, so it's really fun.
Can't wait to see more of it. Thanks so much for speaking to me, Tony.
Thanks, man. So nice meeting you, Alex.